Hi everybody. It's about 9:20 on Tuesday, April 23rd, 2024. Legalities. Remember, I'm a clairvoyant, clairaudient, a psychic, so everything in my videos is for entertainment purposes only. Do your own research, form your own opinion. Disclaimers in the box along with the tip jar and the buy me a coffee stuff. So um, I will admit it does help out, especially with the StreamYard fees and other things, and because I will not be monetized on this platform. I just will not be doing it ever. So since I'm not monetized, they don't promote the videos with the algorithms, so um the best thing is for everybody who likes my videos to share it among their friends. Go ahead and post a link up on all your other social media platforms. And if you have questions or like private reading, my email's in the box. And um, I don't live on the phone. I don't live on the computer. So at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, I normally shut it down. So if you send something after that time in the evening, I get to it the next day. So let's just get on. It's St. George's Day in the UK. And also, for a little guy out there by the name of Louis, he's turning 6. And let's put it this way, he's going to end up as the Duke of Edinburgh. Okay? So that's his future. I mean, by the time he would be granted the dukedom after his uncle, Uncle Edward is a great example, a great person to mentor Louis. Okay? So that's what's going to come down for him. Now, yeah, when I was checking social media, of course, the baboon, yeah, Mayor Baboon of Chicago, um, put up Happy Passover, which I'm laughing about because anybody who's been watching the news knows that this guy is nothing but a total loser, complete idiot, and the aldermen and members of the city council and other people affiliated with Chicago politics basically have said, given him a big double middle finger salute to get lost because he supports Hamas, and here he's now being a hypocrite by trying to uh, suck up to the Jewish population of Chicago. I mean, it's not going to fly. When they put that stupid ceasefire referendum through the Chicago City Council, it came down to a tie, and he cast the winning vote. So he showed his true colors. He follows the DNC protocol, support anything to get rid of the Jews. Yeah, that's what's going on. And the Jewish leaders in Chicago, I mean, he's asked for meetings and they're all telling him to go basically play Superman off the Sears Tower. And it is ironic because more and more information is coming out worldwide, especially out of Germany. Now, we know Angela Merkel basically was following in Adolf's footsteps, basically because of her bullshit. That's why Brexit happened. And there's a lot of stories about her, and I've heard a lot of nasty stuff that I don't feel comfortable repeating in the videos. But it turns out that all these little Muslims that came into Germany under Angela, now their kids are being raised, and the immigrant offspring, crotch goblins of the Muslims that Angela allowed into Germany, they're all now making noise that they want to live under a theocracy. They want to live under Sharia law. So they want to change the government structure of Germany. Doesn't this remind you of something that happened that started basically 100 years ago? Yeah. It's we've got a whole new bunch of Adolf wannabes that want to eliminate the Jews, and after the Jews are, if they get rid of everybody, all of us, they're going to go after the Christians next. So people need to wake up, smell the coffee, and it's ironic because if you look at the crime statistics in France, and especially over the past couple of decades, any Jew that has been murdered unalived in France, the person who did the unaliving is Muslim. Yeah, it's a cruel fact, but it's happening. And in the UK, over 65% of the Muslims that are living in the UK, yeah, this is scary news. Over 65% of the Muslims who live in the UK want Israel eradicated. So when the elections come up soon in the UK, you got to make sure that anybody who prays 5 times a day, don't vote for them. And the people who watch the polls, make sure that everyone who comes in to vote is a legally registered voter in the UK, because they're getting as much funny business happening in the UK job interviews as we have here in the United States. So make sure that you've got people watching and scrutinizing all the UK elections, especially all those that are coming up in this year and within the next 5 years. You have to be on top of it. Now, as most of you know, I am friends with other psychics, and some of them do have channels here on this platform and other platforms. Now, because I can pick up stuff, I'm very cautious, and even though I would like to, I don't watch the actual live stream of my friends' videos. When they go on live, you get a lot of wackadoodles in the chat stream, and they're very distracting. So basically, I prefer to wait till the live stream is over, and then I go and listen to it after the fact, so I don't have to be distracted by the middle school nonsense that happens in the live stream. And people are always, there's more to life out there than the British royal family, and all sorts of other stupid nonsense things that just could be answered with if they had half a grain of common sense. Now, one of the gals that I watch she goes by Psychic LJ. She did a live stream video this past Sunday night. She did it on the 21st of April. She filmed it in the evening. It went live, but now it's available on this platform. Go in and listen to it. I did take notes when I listened to her, and I did take some notes. She does focus some on American politics and certain things that are happening. And she did mention an airport. Some people think it's Denver. I think as soon as I heard it, I got O'Hare, because the United Airlines terminal is basically covered in murals and has a lot of, last time I was there, they had several light installations as artwork. So it may not be Denver that we have to watch out for, but Chicago's O'Hare Airport. And as for Denver, they will be announcing the fact that, yeah, there's an underground area under Denver's airport, but that's part of this alleged underground railway system, high-speed railway that is being built nationwide. Denver is one of the stops. So is Kansas City. So that's why we're seeing a lot of weird earthquakes. Okay, that earthquake that happened in New Jersey, I think what they were doing was blasting out stuff so they could have their underground station in central New Jersey. So that's what I think is going on. Now, if you go to about the 34-minute mark of LJ's video, she does discuss things happening in the Middle East. And one of the things that I picked up, there's a lot of holy sites, sites that are very important to the Judaic tradition. And anyone who is choosing to go and destroy and vandalize and desecrate these sites that pertain to Judaism, the Judaic faith, those that go out to destroy them, like the actual spot where Noah's Ark landed, and yes, people know exactly where it is, they just keep it under wraps because they don't want trophy hunters going and taking splinters of wood. Yeah, we do. They do. People know where it is exactly and where other sites are at. But they keep it quiet because they don't want it desecrated. But there's going to be some Muslims who are going to want to go and desecrate it. And if they step foot in that area, heaven help them. Not a good idea. Not a good idea at all. Now, something else that people have been asking me about, and she talked about the 50-minute mark, she mentioned Hollywood with stuff, and at the hour 1:10 mark, she goes even into more detail about it, about Sean Combs, P. Diddy, Puff Daddy. Sean Combs was actually working for the good guys, and now the bad guy administration is going after him because Sean Combs and the various recording studios and event locations where he had parties, the nasty eggs, the bad eggs, want all this information to shut him down, where he was actually working for the good guys and collecting evidence. So that's what's going down with that stuff. And keep your eyes on Katy Perry. And she did reference the song Dark Horse. Listen to the lyrics. Well, let's put it this way. Somebody who claims to live in Montecito, she and her incubator are playing with dark shit. And you have to realize that if you're going to play with that stuff, everything that you do comes back 3 times worse. And they've put out a lot of dark stuff. So, okay, she started doing the dark magic, I'm guessing in 2016. So we've got 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. 7 years have passed since they started doing their dark stuff. What people don't realize is that dark spells only last for 7 years. Then they start to crumble. Their effectiveness starts to dissipate after 7 years. So watch for the cracks, especially when it comes to the guy she trapped. And her situation is things are gonna start coming back to her threefold. Like right now, that lemonade company that is supposed to be be her platform for her podcasts. It's 24 right now. But they're saying they're not going to be putting out anything until next year because she has to rebrand herself again. We've all been watching how this orchard crap is crumbling dramatically and everything that's coming back to bite her. I mean, she sent out those gift baskets, and yet that's been pretty much a fail. She's being called out on the fact that the strawberry jam was purchased from a supplier, so that's false information. And she will be in a lot of trouble with the FDA because of that. Every food item has to have all sorts of information on it, and here it's like, this is a can of cream soda. I'm trying to block the glare. And look at all the information just on a soft drink. All that FDA, Food and Drug Regulations information, wasn't on the jam jar. That's a big mistake. But yeah, if you can, her name is Psychic LJ. Go and take a good listen. And yeah, adjust the playback to 2.0. Now, another person that I listen to, and I take her with a total ton of salt. She goes by Amanda Grace. It's Ark of Grace Ministries. Now, yes, she is a Bible thumper. And she does she's basically another psychic. But she hides behind the born again King James Version of Christianity, of being a Christian. Well, yeah, she did a video yesterday on the 22nd. Amanda, Passover actually started on Sunday night. Yeah, she does give out some good historical information about the Jewish faith. But she needs to start checking her details. Okay? She has to check the details. And she in the video that she did last night, one of the things I was laughing at is she did call out the stupid squad in Congress. You know, the stupid idiots like Idiot Ilhan, Dumbo Delia, Radical Rashid, Crap Ass Corey. Yeah, Amanda got on her pulpit and started bashing the female politicians. Well, the ones that she called out need to be called out. And because Amanda is such an extreme Bible thumper, she does get a lot of people who watch her who follow or are the type that the Democrats expect to vote automatically. So she is waking up the people who vote blue no matter who crowd because she is a Christian. Now, the other thing she also did in that video is she called out on all the stupid liberal rabbis. Yeah, there is a whole new crop that I'd say that are under the age of 40 who believe all this stupid nonsense. And as how I was raised, those fools would have been the ones who sat on the Judenrot and would have been the last bunch of idiots loaded up into a boxcar. So yeah, these idiotic liberal rabbis, if you run into one, go ahead and ask them why they haven't climbed into the boxcar yet, because that's exactly how they're acting, behaving. They are literally working for the evil that wants to take over the world. And people have to wake up and realize it. These are the stupid democratic Jews that support that support all the evilness and everything that's coming to attack anyone who is an openly practicing Jew. So yeah, anyone who's like, we have to wake up people. They really do. And then again, okay, then Amanda goes off, and now they're calling it Swordgate. You know, like you go to the circus sideshow and they had the sword swallowers. Well, I guess that there was this Bible thumper conference, supposedly for men to make men better men. Well, they had this guy, this basically a circus act, come in for entertainment. Now the guy was, the way she said it is kind of annoying. She goes, he was baptized an Orthodox Christian. Okay, so what is he, Eastern Orthodox? Well, yeah, a lot of Eastern Orthodox is kind of sort of the primary faith of a lot of circus performers, aerialists are from like Eastern Europe. And that's how they were able to escape the communists, the families, because they would go out as circus performers all over the place. And they would be able to get, via the circus, they were able to get away out of the communist control. So the way she said it, oh, and Orthodox Christian, I'm like, there's a big difference between a Bible thumper Christian and Orthodoxy. Okay? Well, I guess this guy, hey, yeah, I mean, he's a nice looking guy and he probably was in a situation and he took advantage of his looks. So what if he worked as a stripper? Like a Chippendale dude? Well, I guess he swallowed a sword and climbed a pole and did all sorts of acrobatic tricks. Well, now, I guess all these Bible thumper guys, everybody's jumping at each other because they brought in a demonic person to entertain the guys at this conference. And I'm like, Jiminy Crickets. What a bunch of hypocrites. Most of these Bible thumpers. I mean, a while back, Kim Cattrall did a TV series about how corrupt, about the hypocrisy of some of these Christian preachers are. So it's just ironic. So now the Christian community is having fits because of Swordgate. And I think it's funny. Don't they realize that this Swordgate distraction that they have created, it's of their own. They started it. And it's now taking focus off the real work that needs to be done. So they created their own distraction. Yeah. And I mean, they're spending time and money. I mean, how much money did it cost to put on that stupid conference where that money could have been spent in so many other ways to actually better people instead of patting somebody's being an overgrown, overblown over pat on the back for self ego validation. Yeah, remember, it's like watch Jessica Chastain's movie on Tammy Faye Baker and the other idiots that have been busted. A lot of these mega preachers. The next one that's going to really go down, I think, is Joel Osteen. I mean, the scandal where somebody got into his mega church and started going pow, pow, pow is the tip of the iceberg because their lack of security. And soon, it's going to come out. They're going to do a forensic audit on these dudes. Any mega church, people need to have a forensic audit of, along with the Catholic Church needing a massive forensic audit. And while they're at it, audit the books for Chicago, New York, and Los Angeles, and Washington, D.C. Find out exactly where the tax money is going. That's what we've got to be working on. Because we can't allow any more money to go to the Z guy. Because the Z guy, basically, he's a puppet of those three-letter groups out of Davos. And it would not surprise me that the Z guy, yeah, he's one of the, he's basically one of those, is a rat who is selling out the Jewish citizens of the Ukraine. He's a Georgie Soros in training. That's all the Z guy is. I mean, he's a complete idiot. And he's being manipulated into being the next puppet for the three-letter groups out of Switzerland. But he will fall. He will fall. So, yeah, I want to get this. I'm not going to make this video any much longer because there's things after it plays I've got to do today, so this evening. So everybody have a good evening of your happy Passover to those that are observing. And I'll have another video up for you on Thursday. Catch you later. Bye-bye.